Are you ready to become an intuitive eater, but you don't know where to start? I swear there are at least 456,000 ways to get healthy out there. Wouldn't you agree? The health and wellness industry is literally a $1 billion industry. And you have about at least 1 million, maybe 1.5 million choices to decide which path that you want to follow. You can count calories or points or macros. You can choose to eliminate carbs. You can do CrossFit, yoga, Pilates, running, P90X, Beachbody, whatever it is. You can even lose 1 pound a week, or you can lose 5 pounds a week, depending on what you want. There is, honestly, don't you feel like there's so much information out there? So much information that is so overwhelming. But you're here and you're ready to make peace with food, love your body, and show up for the world in the way that makes you feel your absolute best. That excites me to my core. But truly, where do you even start? Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and I am here to help you become a woman of wellness by healing your relationship with food, fitness, and loving your body right here and right now. Today, we are talking all about where to get started when you are fed up and ready to throw out all of the fads, all of the diets, all of the meal plans that you've tried in the past, and truly connect with what your body wants and needs when it comes to making peace with food. So the problem is, there's a problem. Depending on your history with food, getting started with a practice which is called intuitive eating is essentially learning to honor and listen to your body's needs with food. It can feel overwhelming and truthfully downright daunting. Is that the word? How do you even start to heal a lifetime of frustration with eating? So I first want to calm your nerves and let you know that I am here. That is what I am here to do. I'm here to help support and guide you along this path. With me and lots of other people, you are absolutely not alone in this journey, and that's why I'm here. I want to help you feel supported in your own journey, no matter how overwhelming, no matter how scary, no matter how nervous or frustrated you are. Okay, so let's say if you came into my office and you sat down with me and told me that you wanted to make peace with food once and for all, which is what many clients have done in the past, I have 5 steps that I would suggest that you start with today. So here's how we're going to make peace with food. The first step is self-compassion. You've probably heard me say it before because it's a big one of mine. You come from a big background of frustration with food and likely some frustration with your body. There are so many things that have shaped your relationship with food. You've had experiences, some events, and maybe even some past trauma with food, which I want to say first, if you feel like this is the case, please go seek out a counselor to help you work through this. They are more qualified than me. Essentially, everything in your life has shaped the way that you view food from the time you were a baby. And you're coming from your very own unique place, and I want to honor that. I want to honor your history with food, and I want you to do the same. By doing that, you recognize that everything you've been through has brought you to this point, the exciting point of beginning to heal. So, instead of looking back at the past and being frustrated and mad and angry over what hasn't changed, can you instead just focus on the now and practice some self-compassion and appreciate everything that you've learned that has brought you to this point? You needed those experiences to get to this point, and we can use those past experiences to help us learn. But what we want to do is kind of eliminate those emotions of the past, the things that come up. You're in a new and beautiful place right now, a place of healing and a place of moving forward. So if I could come through the camera and give you a big hug, I would. But I want you to give yourself all the compassion in the world for getting to this place. It's a huge step. I'm so glad you're here. As we move forward, I don't want you to look back. Use your experiences to help you learn everything you can going forward. Don't focus on the past. Let's focus forward. Okay, so now that I hopefully have a little love in your body, what's next? I have 4 steps to helping you get started making peace with food. The first step is to throw out all of your measurement tools. What are measurement tools? This means getting rid of calorie counting, carb counting, macro counting, which is fairly popular right now, or any sort of counting or restricting. Throw out the scale. Throw out your measuring tape and throw out all of your goal clothing in the back of your closet. You know, that clothing that you're waiting to fit into, and you're never going to get rid of it until you're the ideal weight. I know we've all been there, and we all have those clothes. It is true that weight loss can be a side effect of long-term intuitive eating practice, because I know you will probably ask, but we are not focusing on weight loss. Do not focus on that right now. Promise me you won't. Get rid of every measurement tool that gets in the way of you fully embracing the intuitive eating practice. You're going to learn to listen to your body. Step 2 is to allow all food back into your life guilt-free. Yep, I said totally guilt-free. We are throwing out all of the guilt with anything we eat. You don't want food to control you any longer, and allowing the guilt to creep in gives it more power into your life. So, in order to truly make peace with food, you have to do something a little scary. You need to bring every food back into your life. All of the foods that were off limits. What foods have you been avoiding because maybe you're nervous that if they come into your life, you'll overeat them? Bring them back in. I said it. I know it's totally scary, but it's also kind of exciting, wouldn't you say? Spend some time getting rid of all of your food labels, and I don't mean the physical nutrition labels that say fat and calories and all that. I mean, get rid of those certain words and phrases that you use to describe food, such as maybe, quote, bad, good, unhealthy, fattening, etc., etc. You know all those words. Allow yourself to eat, and to eat without reservation. So I know what you're thinking, right? But hello, that's horrifying. I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go on some ridiculous binge, and I'm going to lose all my self-control, and I'll never be normal again, right? You might be out of control. You might go a little crazy. But you know what? I have done this with enough clients, and so have other intuitive eating coaches all around the world, to know that something great will become of allowing yourself this freedom. And I'm not going to spoil the outcome for you, because I want this to be your own journey. But with the experience that I've had with so many clients, I'm pretty sure you'll be just fine. I want you to remember that it's okay to trust the process and lean on my knowledge to know that you'll be okay, as well as other people who have done it. Give yourself permission to eat guilt-free, and then I want you to come share with me how it goes. Come tell me in the comments. Okay, our next step is to finally start listening to your body. Listening and honor what you hear. How long have you followed diets that told you you were only allowed a certain number of calories, carbs, macros? There's all those words again. It was never really about listening to your hunger, right? It was about listening to someone else telling you when you should or should not eat. So, get rid of the shoulds. In fact, one of my friends shared one of my favorite quotes of all time with me. That didn't make sense. Don't should all over yourself. Start listening to your body when it feels like it's hungry. Simple as that. But if you've been on enough diets, it's possible that you've been taught to ignore hunger for so long you don't even know what it feels like anymore. That is okay. I want you to know that it will come back and you will recognize it again. Spend some time listening to what signals your body gives you when it's time to eat. Then, while you're eating, listen as your body starts to feel full. What sensations do you experience? What do you feel when your body is satisfied with food? Or how do you even know when you've gone past the point of satisfaction? What does it feel like to you? What does it feel like physically? What does it feel like emotionally? Listen to your body, and I promise you will learn over time. It will tell you what it needs. And maybe your body might even tell you that it wants a little more movement to go along with this newfound self-care practice of listening to your body. That's a common side effect of becoming an intuitive eater. So now let's go on to the last step to help you become an intuitive eater. And it's very simple, but I know it's a big one. Trust the process. Intuitive eating is not something I'm making up. I did not create it. It's an actual process backed by actual research, and possibly even more relevant than research, which I'm not sure if I can say because I spent 4 years as a grad student, or maybe 2 years, I don't even know. So many years in college, reading research studies all day. So kind of big for me to say that. But I think personal stories and personal success stories are so important. There are so many out there who have success. There are many weeks, months, years into this journey who are happy with their relationship with food. They are all women of wellness just like you, and they are all ready to support you in this journey. I want you to trust that this process works, and if you need support, seek out an intuitive eating support group. There are so many Facebook groups and professional groups around. If you Google it, I am certain you'll find something. So, those are my steps to becoming an intuitive eater. Here is taking the first step for yourself to become the woman of wellness that you want to be. In fact, what would becoming a woman of wellness look like to you? Spend a minute to write it down and look at it every day. You have the power to change yourself, and you have power to change the world when you feel your best. And today, I hope that you will take that first step. I am so excited for you, and I will see you next time.